Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Latest Sundays. I guess quote unquote latest Sundays because this is a Monday.
Yeah, you want to
We had,
talk about that real quick?
yeah, I guess we had some troubles. Blaiden knows what happened. I guess.
So,
Yeah.
so I text Bells right yesterday. Oh, I say, "Yo, man, something really serious came up, and I'm not going to be home. I can't do it tonight." And I worded it a little bit differently than what the circumstances actually were. Really, the serious thing was I seriously just did not want to do it. I was tired, and my dogs are barking in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever.
Continue.
Whatever. This is the third time we're trying to record this. Let's just get on with it. Jesus Christ. If the dogs are barking, the dogs are barking. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
It's okay, Blaiden.
Anyways.
I'll keep this in the recording.
Oh, those aren't even my dogs barking. It's just you speaking. Anyways, so I text Bells, "Yo, man, something really serious came up and I'm not going to be home. I can't do it tonight." And I just wanted to see what he would respond with, because in my mind, I'm like, if Bell sent me this, I'd be like, "Yo, man, like, what's up? Are you good? Are you okay? Like, are you, what's going on?" Bell's just texts me, "Bruh," like he was mad at me, even though I framed it like something seriously unfortunate happened in my life.
I mean, Blaiden.
You're a terrible person. You're a terrible person.
I'm gonna be.
You hurt my feelings. Are we even friends? Are we even friends at this point, Bells?
No, come on. I'm just having you trapped in my basement. You're the
Bell's basement.
Yes, the Bell's basement, and you cannot escape.
Anyways, what's new in Bell's lore is that we figured out that he had a secret YouTube channel this entire time.
Wait. Okay, Blaiden.
No, I have to. Please, I have to. Bells, listen. I don't want to talk about Green Day. I've already come to terms with the fact that we had to talk about Kid Cudi last episode. I didn't want to talk about Kid Cudi. I don't want to talk about Green Day. This is the only small amount of enjoyment that I'm going to get throughout this entire recording.
You wanted to talk about Green Day, man. Like, what do you mean?
I do want to talk about Green Day, but I also want to talk about your secret YouTube channel that has millions of views on a single video.
Hey, man,
is that not cool? Are you not proud of that? Is that not an accomplishment? Bell, somehow you have accomplished more in your life than anyone else you know. Do you not want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, I guess that's true, but like, no.
So Bell's
no. No.
So here's my thought process, right? Bells, you would agree that you're not exactly the brightest star in the night sky, right?
Yeah, that will be true.
Would you go as far as to call yourself ignorant from time to time?
Oh man, let's. I mean,
I'm not going hard in the I'm not going hard on you. I'm just,
I know. I mean, sometimes I gotta bring some honesty. I can be a little ignorant.
I think what happens here, right, is Bells just does. He doesn't think about it. He just does. And because of that, he's been able to accomplish more than anyone he knows. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just all action. And I feel like this isn't something I'm beating you down for. I think this is something that people should strive for, actually. I think it's a very interesting little dynamic going on in your monkey brain.
Well,
that's not a racist joke. That's not because he's brown. It's just, he acts like a monkey sometimes. So
yeah,
it's not racist. And what?
Never mind.
Wait, what?
I just said a dog because
why?
It's not because of the dog's barking.
Previously. Oh, I thought you said duck. Okay.
Wait, duck, like as in the name?
No, duck. D-U-C-K.
Oh.
I was like, what?
No. I was talking about dogs.
I can't believe whenever Discogcast disbanded, I lost Howard to Doc, and I got Bells. I really did get the short end of the stick here, but that's okay. So, anyways, Green Day, right?
Oh
Talk
yeah,
about Green Day.
yeah,
Bells, you want
Green
to
Day.
introduce that?
Yeah, well, so for this episode, this is gonna be kind of a different case, like a completely opposite case, because with Kid Cudi, Blaiden was very familiar with him. I wasn't really that familiar with him. Green Day is the opposite. This was a brand that I grew up with. I listened to all of their albums before. In fact, plenty of times. American Idiot used to be, unironically, my favorite album of all time. I don't know if you know that, Blaiden.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I basically, yeah, very familiar with them. I will even say that I guess I'm probably nicer to them than most people do, because like even when it comes to some of their later stuff, I tend to, I don't know, I guess to be a little nice to it, I suppose. Like, some of the
Hmm.
stuff from 21st Century Breakdown to Revolution Radio, like, there's some songs from those albums that I like, that I still like, I suppose.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm completely unfamiliar with Green Day. Everything you just said, like those, I guess, album titles, it was just newspeak gobbledygook to me. This
yeah,
is
I
the
mean,
only Green Day album I've heard up until this point has been Saviors. I haven't even heard Father of All, which I'm sure that's considered their most embarrassing album. But as of right now, post listening to Saviors, I can't imagine anything being more embarrassing than this.
I mean, I feel like this album's particularly more bland and embarrassing, but I guess I'm getting ahead of myself.
Hmm.
I was gonna say, not because like I remember Bladen, you told me like before this album, the Parallels, you've heard some songs from American Idiot, right?
Yeah, yeah. Didn't they do Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
Yeah, they did Boulevard of Broken Dreams. They did Holiday. They did American Idiot, the title track. They did
Yeah,
Just Suburban. They did Wake Me Up When September Ends. The five singles.
yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
3 of those, so I'm
Mm,
definitely not too familiar, but I know their sound
hmm.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, despite all of that, despite the fact that this was a band that I grew up with, I wasn't really all that excited for this album, to be honest. This is for a very simple reason. It's because they haven't really been good in a while. Like, they haven't been good since 2004. I mean, like past that, they have had like a few good songs here and there, but like,
20
uh,
years of trash.
yeah, like most of it was just like ranging from mid to just terrible. And I
Mhm.
mean, like at this point, I was like, the band is clearly, just tired, just completely like, do they even like make like making music anymore? Because like I was expecting, yeah, this album's gonna be like, maybe probably better than Father of All, but it's just gonna be like their most tired, their most boring, their most bland. And I mean, even though it ended up being a little better than I thought it was gonna be, it was still like a particularly very bland album with only a few okay songs here and there.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll agree with you on that, that this album, I don't know, it's funny because I listened to it twice. The first time I listened to it, I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics, and what I got from that listen was, this is compositionally competent. It sounds like a, what would you call this, like a pop rock album, I
Pop
guess?
punk.
Pop punk.
Yeah, that's the genre.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds just like whatever, It's typical, but it's kind of middling, whatever. But the second time I listened to it, I actually listened to the lyrics, and oh god, there are some, yeah, yeah, this is kind of like, I don't know, it's just embarrassing. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you get songs like Look Ma, No Brains, where he's just rapping about like teenage angst. This dude is in his 50s, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just I get secondhand embarrassment.
I like that you know about Billy Joe's age, not the rest of his music.
Well, I looked it up because I was like, okay, how old is this guy even?
Mhm.
I mean, he's singing on Bobby Socks about like, yeah, I need a girlfriend or whatever it was he was saying, and it's like, dude, you're
Yeah,
50. Like that
yeah,
ship has sailed. You're dying
yeah. That
alone.
Yeah, I mean, I will have to agree with the lyrics, but like I feel like that song, especially "Buoy Box," that's what it's called, right? Like
Bobby Socks.
like from what I got, it was just like him, like I need a girlfriend, I need a boy. Like the lyrics were like so shallow that I mean, I was like, what are you supposed to get out of this? Like, doesn't even have like a good melody, doesn't even have an interesting sound. It's just like the same old Green Day sound, but watered down. It's just like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's embarrassing. There are moments on this album where the songwriting's like better, like on the song "Dilemma," where he's talking about his struggle with alcohol addiction. It's at the very least there's some substance, even if it's substance abuse. It's still substance, you know.
sips and abuse.
Dum, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I should be a comedian. Why am I here?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I've heard, that song "Dilemma" is the I guess the most well-liked song from the album. From what I've heard, like that's the one that people tend to like.
Well, it's the only
Um,
one that's really about anything that feels maybe not important because he does get on to more like, oh, society. This is society. This is the 2020s. This is TikTok. This is Instagram on the album. But the Dilemma is the only one where it's like there's a shred of sincerity to it. It feels like all the other ones are just, and I hate meme culture, but this entire album, save for a few songs like Dilemma or Father to a Son, where it's just okay, Boomer, the album, you know?
hmm. Yeah, I mean they've been kind of in that shallow like political I guess mindset for a while. Because like in
Yeah.
In American Idiot it wasn't even that deep. But like at the very least American Idiot, like it had at the very least like the themes were clear, the melodies were strong, the songs were actually fun to listen to, and they had like energy. Like they had something to back it up.
Hmm.
This album does not. It really doesn't.
Yeah, like there's one lyric, I forget what song it's on, but he says something like, "Will I ever see her face again? Or will the next time I see her be on an Instagram post?" Or something like that. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You're 50 years old. Shut up. Stop writing songs about TikTok and Instagram. What are you doing with your life?
Hmm.
Or like on the song Strange Days Are Here to Stay. He says something like, because this is one of the more political tracks on this album. He says something like, Gen Z's killing baby boomers.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Oh my
what?
god! I completely forgot about that. Actually.
Not only that, but also on this song, he says, "Grandma's on the fentanyl now." Is that really like the demographic of people who are dying from fentanyl overdoses? Is people's grandparents? You know, Bells, do you know what fentanyl is?
No, actually, I do not.
It's a drug that you know how it kills you?
I suppose. I mean, I've heard drugs killed you. I think I just didn't know their name.
Yeah, it kills you if you touch it.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't even have to do it to die. You just touch it and you die. And people get high on it somehow.
that's insane. Like, like people get high from it. Like, what do you mean? Like, because like it kills you, but like, do you get high before it kills you, or
I'd imagine you get blazed before it kills you. Like if a drug is that good that it's so strong that you die if you touch it, I'd imagine it'd be worth it. That's how I'm going out. I decided. But back to my original point, I don't think it's old people who are dying of fentanyl. I think it's probably like young people who they get their like Molly laced the night before a rave or something. You know,
hmm.
I don't know. It's just like brain dead political commentary that you could get from anyone with an IQ of 80 plus. Well, from 80 to 90. That's the level of political commentary on this album. It's not very
Yeah.
good, but there is, yeah, I don't know. The only songs I liked were One Eyed Bastard and Dilemma. But as I was listening to One Eyed, you remember One Eyed Bastard?
That was like the one before. Yeah, that was the fourth track.
Yeah, I was listening to it and I was like, I've heard this melody somewhere. It's literally the Pink "So What" riff, like the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
that.
Honestly, I was gonna say that that was actually probably one of my least favorite songs, and that might have to do with the fact that I also don't like the Pink song.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Oh,
think they do it better here, and also I like the vocal melody of the chorus. I thought it was really catchy. I don't know. I liked it, but yeah,
yeah,
after I put those two together, you know, it lost its charm to for me.
yeah. I mean, I guess I will say this. I guess most people will say that the first five songs or like some songs that like at the start are like the best songs from the album, but actually like the songs that I got the most enjoyment out of were like the middle tracks. And that's
Mhm.
mainly because I guess like they were like the only somewhat catchy, I guess, memorable songs on the album. Because like lyrics wise and heck even vocals wise, I was gonna mention the vocals. Billy Joe just doesn't really. I mean, like he still sounds fine to an extent, but like he definitely doesn't really carry that same charisma and energy and I guess charm that he did. Like even
Mhm.
compared to like even like some of the more recent albums, like 21st Century Breakdown or the trilogy. Like I feel like this is him at his most, I don't know, I guess just shallow because like it doesn't even sound like he's bored. It's just he doesn't really sound enjoyable anymore. He kind of lost that I guess affection to his voice.
Yeah, I don't have an earlier point in his career to compare that to. I thought his performance here was like fine, you know. But
Yeah,
I also really can't compare it to like, the albums everyone likes, so, my opinion might
yeah.
be a little bit invalid there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's not the worst. It's not the worst that an artist has ever like lost his voice and has gotten worse vocally. I mean, that's still better than say the Offspring or Oasis, where like the singers from those bands definitely have gotten worse as time went on.
Mhm.
I mean, Green Day, I guess Billy Joe like still sounds like Billy Joe to an extent. I will say, I guess more so annoying, but I mean, he still sounds like Billy Joe. It's just that it doesn't really sound exciting anymore.
Yeah.
Like
I
it
mean,
just
when you're
it
a
just kind of sounds
50-year-old. Huh?
like it just kind of sounds like average.
Yeah, when you're a 50-year-old alcoholic who's obsessed with Gen Z being on TikTok and Instagram, I guess that'll do it to you, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this entire album's just him raising and waving his fist at Gen Z like, "Ah," Like, it's so embarrassing, it's so embarrassing. Like,
Hmm.
the song "Living in the 20s" especially.
Yeah,
Like,
that one's
these lyrics right here, verse 2. "I got a buzz like a murder hornet. I drink my media and turn it into vomit. I got a robot and I'm fucking it senseless. It comes with batteries and only speaks in English." Like, ah,
drink,
Jesus.
drink my media and turn into vomit. That's rough.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just wanna consume media.
Yeah. Fun fact, Blaiden, the album, Father of All, the album before, has a lyric that says, "Another black kid was shot in the town."
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually.
I mean, I feel like that one makes more sense than talking about having a sex robot with batteries that only speaks English, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not really that far off. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, I don't know. This entire album is
Honestly,
just embarrassing.
I'm just starting to believe the lyrics are probably the worst part about it. Now that I think about it, because I mean, I guess like Boy Box is still like the one that probably offends me the most because it's the one that just feels like the least. Like it does
Mhm.
that song just doesn't really say anything like literally. Like it's like
Yeah.
like it's just uninspired in a completely just a whole new other level.
I don't know,
Uh,
man. Like, having, like, the second track on this album, "Look Ma, No Brains," where it's about, like, this teenage angst, except it's being written by a 50-year-old alcoholic, on the same album as like Living in the 20s or Strange Days Are Here to Stay, where he's just talking about how much he hates Gen Z, he hates TikTok, he hates Instagram. It's like, that's the most offensive part of this album to me, is
Mm.
the refusal to grow up, as well as the thinking he's so mature. I don't know. Or like talking about how I don't need fame. I just need rock and roll, as he's writing this from his $8 million mansion. You
Mm.
know, like, I don't need fame and money. I just need rock and roll and my $8 million mansion and my
Mm.
concubine and my sex robot. Like, I don't know. This entire album is just embarrassing. I don't know. There is no other word to describe the listening experience that I had other than secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me it was more so boredom and just like I guess kind of a feeling of I wouldn't say dread, just kind of like just generally very shallow experience, but still, I mean, it's definitely like an album that like I tried to go back to it like at some point because I was like, Green Day is a band that I'm generally, I guess, more nice to. At the very least, I tend to enjoy more than most people out there. Like even when it comes to the
Hmm.
weaker stuff, I was like, maybe this album has some good that I completely dismissed in my first listen, but I mean, not really. I mean, I guess you have Dilemma, which is one of the better tracks. I mean, that one is lyrically fine. Then I guess melody wise, it's one of the better ones. But still, I mean, it's just kind of forgettable compared to a lot of other songs they've made.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
especially when it
I'll
comes,
never be coming back to this ever.
yeah,
But go ahead.
yeah. I wouldn't go back to it either. And that's like
Um,
I guess the first that's like the first time for me for a Green Day album because like I mean Father of All I think it's definitely worse, definitely more embarrassing, and definitely more. I will even say unlistenable, but at the very least that album is a bit more memorable in how bad it is.
mhm.
This one is just like in one ear and out the other, just on almost everything outside of like a few okay melodies. It's just not very good.
Yeah, I would agree if the lyrics weren't so atrocious. Like this album, I feel like it's like a 1 out of 10 for me. I and the only reason it's not a 0 out of 10 is because I originally liked One Eyed Bastard, before I realized that was,
The the pink
you
melody,
know.
the pink riff.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not a one for me. Again, I do think this is definitely better than some Green Day albums. At the very least, better Father of All and the trilogy. But still, I guess other than those four albums, I mean, I guess this is probably my least favorite release from them. I guess I'll give it like a strong 3 to a like 4. I mean, I don't completely hate it. I just it just doesn't really provoke anything on me,
Mhm.
to be honest.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah, Tran.
Position. Is that how we're ending the podcast? Is that how we end it from now on?
uh, no, actually, I don't think that's a good way to end it. Because like I tried to rip off Fantana before, like a few years ago. It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
No,
What are you referring to? Are you
no,
talking
the
about the
video.
cartoon reviewer channel that you tried to keep a secret from us?
Um, Blaiden.
The
I'm
one
talking
where
about.
you say that the Loud House.
No,
you
no,
said
no, no.
you said no. Please, Bells, let me say it. Please let me say it.
Fine, fine.
You wrote at the very end of one of the videos, like, thank the Lord for the Loud House, best Nickelodeon show since Avatar.
I do remember, yeah, because like that was like back then when because like the Loud House, like when it just came out, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Nickelodeon is good again! Oh holy shit!" A finally good cartoon, and I was like in the hype train
That's
during
fair.
that
That's what
time.
I figured, because I do remember, like, people around that time saying that. But aren't you, like, my age?
Um, I mean, yeah,
How old was I when The Loud House was released? That was like what, like 2015?
It was 2016. I was 13, almost
You
14,
were
I suppose.
14. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess not 14 yet, but close to 14.
You know, I don't know what you go to a public school, right?
No, actually, I went to a private school like my whole life.
Okay. Yeah, if you went to a public school where I live, you would have gotten the shit kicked out of you.
I can only imagine.
pulling up to the trap with the Loud House lunchbox. I'm smoking that Loud House. Yeah, that's my fun quip of the day, of the episode. How do we end this, by the way? You're in charge of that.
I guess I'll just explain what I meant by ripping off Fantano.
Okay.
Yeah, because like a few years ago, I did a video. It was the Limp Bizkit review, quote unquote, where it was just me basically eating chocolate while not talking about the album at all. It was like basically what Fantano was doing with also Limp Bizkit, but like 10 years ago. But instead of eating chocolate, it was just, I guess, eating a lunch.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know about that.
yeah. I mean, I think you probably saw like a clip because like Andrew and actually just realized that my audience doesn't know. Because like definitely seen clips of me like I guess eating a chocolate bar like several times because it's been posted a few times before.
Yeah, I've seen your video. I just didn't know about the Fantano video. I didn't know that
Yeah.
was a reference to anything. I just thought that was you making a terrible video.
It is a terrible video.
Is it still up?
Actually, I don't know because like I've been only seen some videos recently. Not really because like I'm embarrassed about them. It's just more so because of YouTube, because of but I felt like they were probably too offensive for YouTube. So I
You
guess I
think
just
so?
yeah.
What
like
have you ever done that was too offensive? You're like the least offensive person I don't know how you're like capable of being offensive. I feel like anytime you are offensive, people just take pity on you.
Yeah, I mean the YTP.
I never saw it.
What do you mean? I remember you saw it and you were like, "Oh, hey, Bells, that's a good video." It was the YouTube proof, the Will I Am video.
I don't remember that.
Really?
Might have been
like
whenever I was really high.
Like the
and
one where
smoking weed all the time.
It was the one where I ended with a Mr. Enter skit.
I don't remember.
Uh,
Send me a link.
All right. Actually, I'll have to see if I have it on listed or private, but I'll send you a link later.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, how do we close out this podcast?
Oh,
bro, just forgot we weren't recording.
Did you actually forgot we were recording?
No, I was saying you did.
Oh no, I didn't forgot. I didn't forget. Fuck Nathan King.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck Mythos.
Fuck Mythos. Fuck. Actually, no. Listen to Short Stack.
That's good. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the take.
Yeah. 4 out of 10, I guess. A not very good album. I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully,
1 out of 10.
Sundays.
The best Green Day album.
You really should listen to the other stuff, man. Like,
no, I would like to believe that the best Green Day album is a 1 out of 10, and then that's the only Green Day album I will ever listen to. I mean, mark my words.
I guess that's better for your sanity.
Probably.